For the longest time in Dragon Ball, we wanted the character known as Broly to be canon, but our dreams have come true finally. Appearing in the manga of Dragon Ball Super and getting his own movie, and it also proves the movie did happen because it is referenced in canon material. And even in the newer Dragon Ball movies, you know what I mean? That are also canon. The character known as Broly is basically Marvel Comics' Incredible Hulk if he was in Dragon Ball and written by a manga writer. He has the genetics of the legendary Super Saiyan, and his potential is ridiculous. His potential allows him to hang with Saiyans that have 20 plus years of fighting experience and have god forms, and he still can match and rival them. When they tested his battle power as a baby, it was even higher than Vegeta, who's the prince of all Saiyans. King Vegeta, Vegeta's dad, was surprised at this and pretty much exiled him to some random planet far away for years, which is why we didn't see him appear in the stories at all. King Vegeta thought it was a mistake and actually tried to test it himself. It started short-circuiting to really prove that it really was that high. In fact, he's so strong even as a kid, he can survive in hostile living conditions on this planet known as Vampa. Since he is a Saiyan, he has his own Uzaru form because of his tail, aka Great Ape form, but he was too dangerous in his state, losing his mentality, so he had to get it removed. This beetle on this planet, he messed up in his Uzaru Great Ape form and had lunch. Even when he's not transformed, he was stronger than little weaker grown man Saiyans. Yeah, this is the thing he killed as a Great Ape. His power level was higher than this Saiyan, even though he was an adult, even without being transformed. He has the standard Dragon Ball characteristics: super strength, lifting up or punching hard, super speed, reflexes. We know he has super strength because he can literally grapple or wrestle with characters like Vegeta, who has shown ridiculous amounts of strength in the past. Vegeta, who can lift up aircrafts like this, despite him being so much smaller than it doesn't matter. He's way stronger than this little thing. And he can fire blast of energy, duh. Base form, Super Saiyan forms, and an extra legendary Super Saiyan form. He has his own ways of powering himself up with rage. Due to his special genetics, he can transform by harnessing the power of the Great Ape without even having a tail somehow, and basically has own version of Super Saiyan 4 transformation without even needing a tail technically to transform like this. His striking power is crazy, even in base form though, like kicking this big beetle away, barely even trying. Even in base, clashing fists with a base Vegeta. What makes him scary is that even in his base form, he gets so mad to the point where his power rises to where he can even match a Super Saiyan without even being a Super Saiyan form. Notice how he has black hair, Vegeta has yellow hair, aka Super Saiyan. His punches can put pressure on Vegeta Super Saiyan and punch him through an entire mountain. Look how small they look in comparison to all this rubble. And just straight blows with him in speed and everything. You get an idea of their speed. You see how they're zipping across the battlefield in all these different angles at the same time. It's just obvious. That's how Dragon Ball is. Despite Broly being bulky, he still is able to retain his speed, despite other characters not being able to. Vegeta even straight up mentions he's fast, and Vegeta assumed he studied how to use his power despite him not having no fighting experience. He just catches on really quick. Vegeta even at one point punched him through several mountains, and his body could endure all that. Of course, because it's right here. He's still conscious and catching himself. His base form even got punched by Vegeta when he was in Super Saiyan God form, and Broly went through several mountains and busted him with his body by going through them. Vegeta started getting an advantage over him, so that's when Broly was forced to get mad enough to go to this state, which I brought up earlier. Or energy projection can blow off the top of a mountain. Duh. It's little small stuff like this when his mouth blasts in one of his powered up states that blasts through mountains like nothing, and it keeps on going. It didn't even slow it down, his beam. Goku even mentions in this scene, if that would have hit the ground, who knows what it would have done, implying he could have destroyed the planet there. Broly can punch or blast with more force than Super Saiyan 2 level beings and even Super Saiyan God level beings. This is impressive because we know Super Saiyan 2 level beings in Dragon Ball can blast away entire solar system or blast away an entire solar system. So we know Broly in this state can blast away solar systems with ease if he felt like it. It's his ridiculously fast ability to learn how to fight or adapt or just get stronger in the middle of combat, skill or power-wise. Because Goku was actually able to hold down Broly in this little god form for a little second or two until Broly miraculously basically reversed it somehow. Like what? To where the aura turned green, so where Goku was binded, and left Goku open to attack. This guy was even putting pressure in this state on Super Saiyan God level transformations. Beings that have the Super Saiyan God red hair have punching power that can create shockwaves as wide as the universe. Gods Goku's punches can destroy planets, threaten, make the universe into a nothingness vacuum to the point there will be nothing left in the universe. Broly was fighting a being with red hair, god form, that was about to threaten to destroy the universe. And Broly was actually starting to get the advantage on Goku in this state and even blocking attacks with his bare hands with energy of the same deity, even crumbling up the ball of energy even though Goku's in this powered up state. Even started ragdolling Goku to where Goku was yelling in agony. Moments like this prove that Broly could strike or blast or overpower beings that have the force to put out punches that threaten and shake the entire Dragon Ball macrocosm. Super Saiyan red-haired Goku, God form Goku, can punch and shake multiple different universe-sized structures in this state or blast with that similar force. And Broly in this state can do the same or better because he was overpowering this form like this with his punches or blasts. Broly can punch this hard and this is not even nowhere near his highest transformation. And he can manhandle this form. Broly's body can withstand punches from beings like this that can shake multiple universes and keep on shrugging it off like he ain't even fighting it. Even when other god level beings like Vegeta with the same form, basically same power level, punches Broly, he doesn't even flinch. Then Broly proceeds to punching him away, countering. He realizes that this form isn't going to cut it, so he's going to have to go to another form, Super Saiyan Blue, which is several times above the form like this. Guess what? Goku's form above this could shake multiple universes, and Broly's still clashing with a higher form of this. And we don't even know the multiplier for Goku's power up from red to blue hair. To show his power that he can match beings like Super Saiyan Blue Goku, which is above red, his energy blast even worry Goku when he charging it up to show that his blast power is crazy just like his punches. And the amount of damage that Broly did to all these mountains in the vicinity, changing the whole landmass with his blast, changed all this area into like fiery, volcanic looking stuff. Broly's doing all this bullcrap without even these forms yet, guys. Now imagine when he actually reaches his Super Saiyan state. I mean, without that state, he was still fighting a Super Saiyan Blue blow for blow. Frieza pretty much helped out, though, I gotta give him credit, by making him have an emotional breakdown, which is what triggered it. God dog it, Frieza. Literally, Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta had to gang up on him. He did blast them, both off of him with a shower of energy blast. It got to the point where Goku and Vegeta didn't have any more forms they could use on their own to fight him, so they had to actually literally fuse together into one being, which is totally unfair. Despite what you may think, he still didn't get a one-shotted, but I will admit he started getting overwhelmed. Super Saiyan Gogeta was hitting him with a multitude of punches. I want to bring up blast power again like I brought up earlier. His blast and stuff had a beam struggle with Super Saiyan Gogeta to the point where it literally, due to their beams clashing, distorted reality to some way to where you can start seeing cracks in reality to the point where Gogeta didn't know what was going on. Yeah, and they ended up in some different dimension, and these two in this dimension, he just continues to get madder to where he gets his ultimate form, the legendary Super Saiyan transformation, to where even a fused Gogeta punched him in the face and he literally shrugged it off. He counters him by punching Super Saiyan Gogeta to where he started getting the advantage over Super Saiyan Gogeta. At this point, Gogeta realized that his strength was rising at a rapid rate, so they couldn't take any more chances and just went straight to Super Saiyan Blue because he started getting pressured. As you can see, even though these happened really fast in the movie, in this legendary Super Saiyan state, while they're still in this weird distorted dimension, because they're not in reality right here apparently, him and Gogeta in blue clash and distorts the crap again to where they're back in reality. Even though Broly got pushed back here. Yeah, bro, what was this? It's implied as a Super Saiyan, his punches can not only shake multiple universes, but can also punch and distort space and time, apparently, or in higher states, you could say he could punch or crack reality itself with his punches or blasts. But I will admit, as mighty as this form is, his strength cannot bridge the gap between him and Gogeta fast enough for him to overcome him, though. They're fused. They're cheating. Yeah, so Broly can't fight no fused Goku and Vegeta. There ain't enough time in the day for him to be able to bridge the gap. But the fact he ain't getting one shot at it is ridiculous, though. But in this legendary Super Saiyan state, what do you think would happen if he blasted Jiren in the face with a blast like this? Do you think Jiren will be able to tank it? Do you think he has no choice but to dodge? You're probably thinking Broly isn't that strong. He can't even beat a Super Saiyan Blue. Well, Super Saiyan Blue Fusion. For him to have to go into a Super Saiyan Blue Fusion, that lets you know how crazy his legendary Super Saiyan state was. His strength was so crazy that, in Goku's opinion, Goku straight up admitted that Broly is a lot stronger than himself. Of course, when they're not fused together, because Goku doesn't count fusion wins as wins. Goku even said he might even be stronger than Beerus, the Destroyer, god of destruction. Doesn't this sound familiar to how people used to talk about Jiren during the Tournament of Power arc? And this fight was after that arc. You know how Jiren was hyped up to be this man stronger than even gods of destruction. It's almost like Brawly's getting that same treatment. I think a fight between Jiren and Brawly would crack the foundations of reality or space and time. It would just be epic to see. Even in newer movies, Goku and Vegeta even reference Brawly and Jiren's might. Even though those sagas have passed and those arcs are finished, they still bring them up as standard goals of power they want to eventually achieve. Even if we're talking about the events of Super, not counting the manga events of them fighting Moro or nothing, Goku still was trying to reach Brawly's level without having the fuse. But they trying to figure out how to get Brawly to get these forms of power without going berserk and losing his mind. Yep, Goku and Vegeta still mention Jiren and Brawly as powerful beings they want to surpass eventually. And despite the tournament of power being a while away, it lets you know how much of an impact Jiren made. Usually characters in Dragon Ball surpass the characters they struggle with an arc over, let you know he was a force to be reckoned with. Same with Brawly, since they both were brought up in the conversation. The fights with Brawly is canon in the manga and stuff. Epicness, right? But what do you guys think? Before I get going though, thanks for the donations, everybody. You gotta respect Brawly. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.